Hello and welcome to another Tai Chi class with Michelle. This week we're going to look at something completely different insofar as we've been concentrating on the 5 elements up to now. Now the 5 elements are still involved, but different set of exercises. Again, we're using deep breathing, natural breathing, movements just within your own movement range, so anything bending or stretching, just to a point that you feel comfortable and not anywhere that you're going to hurt yourself. So the sequence of exercises we're going to learn today is called Dao Yin Yang Shen Gong Xie Fa, or if you want that in English, the 12-step Dao Yin health preservation exercises. Okay, so Dao Yin means fitness exercises combining breathing with body movements. Pictures of these exercises have been found in caves and on pieces of silk as far back as the Han Dynasty in China, which started around about 206 BC and went up to AD 25. The exercises are for sort of the physical and mental health and to prevent illnesses. Human beings are very emotional characters, okay? And as such the emotions can alter our behaviour. If you think about anger, they say that anger affects the liver. Joy instantly comes into the heart. If you're happy, your heart feels full. And for sorrow, this is sort of affects the lungs. So all of these emotions affect the different movements and how we're feeling in our emotions. Okay, these exercises follow on from the 5 element exercises to further cultivate harmony of the mind, body and spirit. And we'll refer from time to time to the 5 elements as we progress. Okay, so the first exercise is called Awakening the Chi, and this is aligned to the metal element. Now, just remember that as you're doing these exercises, the breathing follows the movement, but some of the movements can be quite long, so if you find you're getting out of breath, just take an extra one. You don't have to adhere strictly to whenever I say breathe in, breathe out. Okay, so we're going to start each exercise with our feet together, and we're going to do each of the exercises to the left and to the right. Now remember, I'm you in the mirror, so if I go that way, you go that way, if I go that way, you go that way, regardless of whether I say left or right, because I might get it wrong. Okay, so the first one, Awakening the Chi, as I said, aligned to the metal element. So starting with the feet together. Now, this exercise helps with sort of stimulate the large intestine and the lungs, and also provides sort of protection against breathing illnesses such as bronchitis or colds and coughs and stuff like that. So, with the feet together, we step first of all out to the left. Bring your hands up, palms up, shoulder height, and look over to the left corner. Bring your hands in to the center, turn them over, and bending your knees, press down. Bring your hands back out to the side again. This time we're going to look to the right. Bring your hands into the center, and then pushing them apart, bring them back down to your sides and close your feet. And then we do it to the other side. So stepping to the right, looking right, palms up, into the center, press down, looking to the left, palms up, into the center, push apart, and hands to the sides. The next exercise is called two fish hanging on the wall, like the two fish hanging on the wall. These fish are like the yin and yang size of the circle. This helps improve lung function and relieves any respiratory disorders such as coughs or asthma or something like that. It improves the function of the spleen and the stomach, and relieves indigestion, things like that. It also improves kidney function and the urinary system. So it's aligned to the metal element and the water element. So again, from feet hip distance to feet together, we're going to bring the hands over to the left hand side. Sorry, this is your right hand side. And step out to the left corner with your left foot. Bring your palm onto the inside of your wrist and reach forward with the left palm upwards. Reach round to the side, and then bending your elbow, turn your palms to face each other as if you're holding a ball in between them, and come back to the centre. Close your feet. Press your left hand down and your right hand up and look over to the left corner. Look up to your top hand and watch it as you bring it down in a circle, round and in underneath your left one. Turning to the left, we step out to the right corner, fingers on the inside of your wrist, reaching forwards, round to the side, palms facing each other, feet together, press down and up, look over to the right. Looking up, watch your hand as it comes down and round and underneath the right one. I will do this again. I'll call out the breathing. So as we step forward, you're breathing in. As you fold, you breathe out. Breathing in. As you push up, and breathing out as you bring your hand down. And to the other side, breathing in, and out, breathing in, and breathing out. And the hands back down to your sides. The next exercise is called Old Horse Rests in the Stable. So there's some unusual names for these moves. Now we're going to be making fists in this, and I want when you make the fist, it's not a really tight fist, so loose fist, but I want you to try and get your middle finger to the low gun point in the centre of your palm. So if you bring your finger to the centre of your palm, just loosely like that. So anytime we make a fist in the following exercise, it's the same idea, the middle finger to the centre of the palm. This exercise is sort of aligned to the fire element. So it's going to help with functions of the heart. Also, it can lower blood pressure. If your blood pressure is a bit high, this exercise can lower it. It helps invigorate the lungs and helps the function of the spleen. So again, from the feet together, we step out again to the left. Turn your palms to the front and bring them forwards and up to shoulder height. Close your hands into loose fists and bring them back to your shoulders. Opening your hands, push up above your head, turning your palms to the front. Bending your knees. Just let your hands swing down behind your body and pinch your fingers together and point your fingers up towards the ceiling. to stretch your wrists. Bring your hands back round to the front, backs together, and then rolling up, open out, a little bit like a flower. Palms over and feet closed. And then we do it on the other side. So stepping to the right, palms forward and up. Loose fists back to your shoulders. Pushing up. Little bend in your knees as you swing down. Pinch your fingers and point them up towards the ceiling to stretch your wrists. Relax and bring them round. Backs together at the front. Roll up. And open out. And again with the breathing. So we breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathing in. And out. As you bring the hands down, close the feet. So once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale to finish. The next exercise is called Chang, shoots a louse. Chang was an archer in the Chinese army, and his instructor told him to be very good. You had to imagine that all his targets were really very big. So even at a great distance, you should be focused enough to be able to see something that was large, so he could hit the target. So he practiced, so the story goes, by tying a louse to the end of a horse's hair from a horse's tail, and he hung it in a window, and he just focused on it, apparently for 3 years, long time, but by the end of the 3 years, even at a very far distance, he could see the louse was the size of a dustbin lid. So every time he shot from any great distance, he hit the louse straight on and didn't break the horsehair tail. Okay, so this one, again, we're going to be making fists, and we're going to connect to the Lao gun point. This stimulates the heart, and we're going to be, imagine pulling a bow. So if you think, hold the bow in one hand, pull with the other hand. This stretches across the chest, pulls the shoulder blades together, so it's helping the chest and the heart and the lungs. Concentrate when we turn on the Ming Men, the small of the back here. Because this will strengthen the kidneys, and so we're also aligning this to the water element. So stepping out again to the left, palms again to the front this time, close your fists by your hips, bring them up underneath your arms, open your palms and push forwards. Make loose fists if you're hanging onto two handles, shift your weight to the left and then pull round to the left. You can lift your right heel off the ground, pull round as far as you can manage, and then draw your bow. So pulling your right hand across your chest, then let it relax. Opening your palms, come back round to the front, push apart and close your feet. And to the other side, palms to the front, close your fists, up and loose fists. Shift to the right. Pull around. Draw your bow. Let the arm relax and come back round to the front, palms facing the floor. Open out. Close your feet. Do this one with the breathing. Now there's a little sort of pause in the breathing here, so just follow what I say. So breathing in and out. The fists we shift and breathe in, coming round to the back, and then breathe out. Now draw your bow as you breathe in. Breathe out as you release. Breathing in as you come to the front and breathing out to finish. So with that little breathe out in the middle. Again, breathing in and out. In and out. Breathe in as you draw the bow. Out as you release. In as you come back round. And out to finish. For the next exercise we're going to keep the feet together, but again we're going to do both sides. It's called bending down to dust your boots. Now this can be either the physical movement of actually brushing dust off your body, or you can think of it more of dispelling distracting thoughts and relieving mental strain. The fist as before, we concentrate on the centre of the palm, and as you bend forwards and lean, turn to the side, we're concentrating again on the Ming Men at the small of the back. When we bend over, if you need to bend your knees, that's okay, and do stand up slowly, and if you feel dizzy at all, stop. Okay, so again with the feet together, palms turn to the front, close your fists, draw them up this time to your waist. Take your left hand and push it down the side of your left leg, out to the back, up, across, and down to your right shoulder. Run your hand down the side of your right leg, across your toes, close your fist, and standing up, draw your hand up the side of your left leg. We'll do the other side, pressing down the side of your leg, out to the back, up, across, and down to your left shoulder. Run your hand down the side of your left leg, round your toes, close your fist and stand back up. Now if you can't reach down as far as your feet, go down as far as you can. Okay. So again, breathing out, and then in, out as you go down, and in as you come back up. And once more, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. In as you come back up, and then we'll finish by breathing out, hands to the sides. The next exercise is to do with the fire element, because it's going to release the neck and shoulders. It strengthens the heart, the lungs, and the sanjiao, the triple heater. That's your sort of your body temperature. Okay. It's called rhinoceros gazes at the moon. Now it's a little similar to Chang shoots the louse insofar as we're going to be turning to the sides, but in Chang when we turned we were lifting the heel off the ground. This time as you turn I want you to keep both feet on the ground, so you'll not turn just as far. Okay, so we're only going to go round to the side or a little bit further to the back, but certainly not right round to the back. Okay, so again from the feet together we step to the left. Hands again to the front, close your fists and up to your waist. Now this time turn your fists to the back and opening your hands, push your palms behind your body. Shift your weight to your left and turn to the left, bringing your hands up above your head, palms away. Turn back to the front, hands down and feet closed. Side, fists up, turn and push to the back, shift to the right, turn, come back round to the front, open hands and close the feet, and again, breathing in and out. Breathing in and breathing out. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now, the next one is called Lotus flower, appears out of the water, and this is a good all-rounder, so it's going to stimulate the heart, the lungs, the triple heater, and that's done with the hand movements. The foot movements, they're stimulating or regulating the stomach, the spleen, the liver, strengthening the kidneys and the gallbladder, so it's a good all-rounder. It is, however, one of the more complicated ones because we're going to do a little bit of a crossing feet and a curtsy. Okay. The important thing to remember whenever you're doing this is called resting stance. Why, I don't know, because it's by no means restful. But importantly, whenever you're doing this, you want to make sure that your knee bends the same direction as your foot. Alright, as the direction your foot is pointing. So if my foot is pointing to this direction, my knee goes over the foot, the behind is pointing in that direction, so the knee's going that way. So you're actually separating your knees as you bend. Just go down as far as you find comfortable to go. Okay? You will see this done by other people on the internet, and they will come down and sit on their heels. That is not necessary, just whatever you feel comfortable doing. Again, we're going to start with the feet together. The crossing of the legs indicates the roots of the lotus plant twisting together, and the palms, when we come to it, are like the lotus flower opening out. So again, we're going to step out to the left. Bring your hands round, backs together like we did before, and then roll up and open out like a flower. We're going to take the right foot, bring it across behind the left one, close your fists, right fist comes into your hip, left fist comes across and out. Turn to the front, bring your wrists together, open your palms and push up, straightening your legs. Open out and close your feet. And to the other side, stepping to the right, back of the hands together, roll up and open out. foot across, in, wrists together, up, and open it. Again, breathing in. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and then out to finish. Once more. Rolling up. Opening like a lotus flower. Breathing out, hands to the sides, feet together. We move on to golden rooster greets the dawn. So we're again going to be pinching the fingers, and in this case it's like we did with the monkey paws. So it's all 5 fingertips together, bringing all the ends of all the meridians in together. And this indicates, or when we bring the hands above the head, this is like the cock's comb on the top of a rooster's head. This one requires a little bit of balance, standing on one leg. So again, you just lift your foot up as far as you find comfortable to balance. So again, we're going to keep the feet together this time, pinching your fingers at the sides, heels off the ground, and arms out to shoulder height. Putting your feet back down, open your palms and press down, bending your knees. Bring them into the center, pinch your fingers again, and lifting your hands up, we're going to lift the left foot up behind. And then bring everything back down. As you think of bringing your hands up, we're pulling up through the Bai Hui point, that's the point on the right on the top of the head. Again, up and down. The arm movements nourish the heart and the lungs and regulate the body temperature. Up, and this time we're lifting the right leg. And down. Breathing for this one's fairly obvious. Breathe in and out. Breathing in and outwards. Last one. And out. So, golden rooster heralds the dawn. The next one, we have another of crossing of the legs, curtsying type of thing, and it's called wild geese land on the beach. We're doing this exercise, we're thinking of the Lao Gong point in the center of the palm. This relieves and regulates the pericardium and relieves tension around the heart and regulates the flow of the blood. The crossing of the legs improves the function of the spleen. Where's the spleen? The spleen's about here. No, spleen's over here. Spleen and stomach, liver, gallbladder, and the kidneys. Okay, so again, we're going to step out to the side and bring the hands up to shoulder height. Bring your Right foot across and behind, and then bringing your hands in towards your shoulders, bend your knees and press down. Push out with the palms and then up. And then we're going to change feet. Change to the other side. In, down, out, and up. The other side. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And once more. Hands back to finish. We're nearly finished, we've only 2 more to go. White crane, flies into the clouds is the next one, and this one we're keeping the feet together. Keep your attention up through the crown of your head, and we're nourishing the kidneys and the intestines and the stomach and the spleen. So again, another good all-rounder. The snapping of the fists at the wrists at the end, and the pushing of the palms regulates the Sanjiao, the sort of the triple heater. So we're going to keep the feet together again this time. Palms turn away, and bending your knees, draw your hands up and across your chest, backs together. Out to the side, out to the front and then round to the sides. Looking over to the left, palms towards the floor, straighten your knees, lift your heels off the ground and your hands up above your head, and then snapping your wrists and pushing your palms up, flip to the front. Then bring everything back down. And again. Coming up. Across to the centre, out to the front, round to the sides, palms down, look to the right, straighten the legs, arms above the head, snap the wrists and look forwards, and down. Breathing in, breathing out. In, breathing out. These movements also release blockages in the lower abdomen. Looking right this time. The next exercise, which is the penultimate one, says Phoenix greets the people. Phoenix is a very auspicious sign. It's one of the 4 legendary animals that you will hear stories about in Chinese culture, Chinese history, legend. Okay, the 4 animals, or the 4 creatures, are the phoenix, the unicorn, the turtle, and the dragon. These relate in some way to stories that we tell today. I mean, we all remember Fawkes the Phoenix from Harry Potter, who was constantly renewing himself. Every little girl and some little boys can tell you all about unicorns. The turtle, anybody who's read any of Terry Pratchett's books, the Discworld books, Discworld was built on the back of a giant turtle. And of course we have our old St. George slaying the dragon. In this exercise, the turning of the body and rotating of the arms helps to reduce obstacles or obstructions from the Du Mai and the Ren Mai. We've talked about this before. The Du Mai is the principal Yang meridian up the back, and the Ren Mai is the principal Yin meridian down the front. The pulling up of the toes here helps with the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen, the stomach, the bladder and the kidneys. So again, another good all-rounder. So with feet together, this time we're going to bring the hands up, palm up to the waist. Draw your hands round your waist to the back until they meet just on the spine. Turning to the left corner, step your left foot forward, bringing your weight a little bit forward onto the left. Bring your hands round to the front, turning them over and pinching your fingers. We're going to pull forward onto the left foot, lifting the right heel off the ground, and pull your arms back behind your body to stretch across your chest and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring your weight back onto your right foot, lifting your left toes, and bring your hands round with your left palm on the inside. Close your feet and turn your palms over and push up above your head. Hands down to the sides to finish. And on the other side, palms up, round your waist to the back, stepping out to the right this time. Hands round to the front, pinching your fingers and then pulling forwards onto your right foot. Weight back onto the left, lifting your right toes and cross your hands with the right one on the inside. Close your feet, turn your palms over and push up towards the ceiling. Hands down to the side to finish. And again, breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And last time. Hands right, meeting at your spine. Step into the corner. Breathing in as you pull back. Toe up. As you cross the hands, feet together, push up. And back. Down to your sides. Now we started with awakening the chi, and we're going to finish with gathering the chi. So this time we're going to step the feet slightly apart. Taking a breath in, bring your hands round to the front and put your left hand in front and your right hand behind. And then bring your hands down to your dantian as you breathe out. And again, breathing in, hands round to the front. This time we're going to have the hands the other way around. And breathing out. Bring your hands to your center. The third time, cross your hands whichever way feels the most comfortable for you. And breathing out. Hands down over your center, nourishing all the organs and balancing the yin and the yang. Take a moment just to settle your breathing, to calm your mind and to relax your body. Bring your hands to your sides, feet together. Fist with your right hand, open palm with your left, with the thumb bent. And thank you all very much. See you next time.